Would you believe me if I told you we're now going into the 9th month of drawing every single day? It's time to do the Daily Doodle Diary. We ended the last episode with a small one. It was a Saturday. So now we're going into another small one, a Sunday. Not my favourite. What should we do? Oh, maybe we could grab some alcohol markers. Should we start with something simple? Maybe like some clouds? Maybe just a really simple piece. I don't tend to spend as long on the half pages like this at the weekend. Just because it's so small, I don't think I would want a doodle diary smaller than this. I did think about doing an A6, but I think A5 is best. I don't have a reference. This purple is for birds. Then I was just going to add some little birds, if possible, but it might spread quite a lot. Probably should have gone for a bit more of a pattern with the birds. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But this is what we've made. I think it's quite a cute one to start off with. And I'm really excited to see what we create over the next couple of months. Some of it will probably be Peachtober related, since that's where we're at, but I'll see you then. I just did something super exciting. I just looked at all the Peachtober prompts and now I can't wait. But by the time you're seeing this, every single thing's going to be up, so it doesn't really matter. But since I'm excited, I was thinking for today's Daily Doodle, we could pick one of the prompts and do a bit of like an alternate version, an idea that I don't think I'm going to do. I think it could be a lot of fun. Since I last saw you, I filmed a couple of videos outside, drew both of these, which isn't going to mean a lot because both videos aren't going to be out for a while. But hopefully they'll be worth the wait. Last night I also drew this crazy portrait. I don't really know what it is and why I did it. There was obviously no pencil lines underneath. It's just a face. Let's pick one of the prompts, shall we? This is the prompt list. I would like to do a loose portrait, I'm thinking, so maybe... I think pony could be quite cute. I do have an idea in mind, you'll see. It's really odd to watch this back because Peachtober really consumed a couple of months of my life. I mean, September was all about planning and actually doing the pieces, but then it did take a long while to edit all 4 YouTube videos, as well as every single short form piece of content that I uploaded on Instagram and TikTok on the day. I haven't actually uploaded all of the YouTube shorts. I don't post shorts that often, so technically they didn't all get uploaded, but I don't know, I don't feel like there's as much continuity for shorts, so I didn't really focus on that. But for the actual prompt pony, I used watercolor in a really loose style, and I actually painted a portrait of a girl riding a pony. It was all pink and purple themed. So for this day, I chose a prompt and an idea that I didn't think I was going to use, and that was just to do a portrait of somebody with pony elements. So we've got little ponies on their blouse, there's a pony clip in the hair, and it's very subtle, but it's quite a cool concept. I mean, I don't know if it would have incorporated the prompt very much if I had used that one. I'm using alcohol markers, and this is looking very orange. I've only got the 48 set. I don't think the lighting was particularly helping on this day either, but it is quite an orange piece. Unfortunately, in this set, there just aren't many skin tone shades, so whenever I try and do a portrait, it always ends up a little bit like this. But that's what I love about the Daily Doodle Diary. Sometimes I can put a little bit more effort into a piece if I want to, if we're filming, if I want to make something that actually looks good, if I have an idea in mind or a certain art supply. And other times I could just create a doodle. I could just do whatever I like, and that's what's so good about this challenge. Lots of people approach it in lots of different ways, but for me the biggest part was just showing up for myself, doing it regardless of what's actually created. And I think it's a really good way to fight that perfectionism that a lot of artists do have. For me, the only time that I really noticed it before was when I was filming something that was going to be posted on YouTube. And I think the Daily Doodle Diary has really helped me kind of lower my standards. Just because it's going on the internet, just because I'm filming it, doesn't change that it is still an everyday challenge, and not every piece is going to be amazing. Obviously, no one has time for that. You're not going to complete it if that's the case. I'm kind of realising that this piece looks a little bit odd next to the other one, but still, I think it's quite cute. I really need to get some skin tone markers. Okay, today we're doing something a little bit crazy, but first let me show you all the pieces I've made since. A lot of random stuff going on with pens, highlighters, and this crazy looking fish, which I kind of like the background for. It's quite cute. We're using lots of different types of paper to create a collage, and honestly, I think this might be my best piece so far in the Daily Doodle Diary. I mean, let me know what you think. It's a very simple piece, but you know what it's like. Using different papers like this, it can actually take a long while because you're finding all the different materials you want and cutting every single piece up, and some of the pieces were quite small that I had to cut up. You might be able to tell what we're doing. I had this packaging from a sardines can that I thought looked quite cute. Now, I've never actually created art based on sardines or fish cans, but I know that that's a big thing that's going around in the art community right now. I see them a lot. I just see random sketchbook pages with sardines, so I thought I'd give it a try, put my own spin on it. So we're using part of the sardines packaging for the outside, like to still be packaging, and then we're creating what's inside. So it's the inside of the can, the little metal piece that kind of rolls up, and then it's 2 sardines. That's what we're making, but it's not realistic in the slightest. I'm grabbing pieces of paper that are fun and bright and are probably gonna work for this. But honestly, this was a really big trust the process one. I had no clue whether it was gonna actually work or not, but somehow managed to pull it together. So you can see that I'm just cutting up the tiny little elements right now. These are the smallest scissors I have, and it's slowly coming together. Every single piece of paper I'm using is what I got from my hauls. I actually have loads of them now in the art hauls playlist if you want to see any of them. I think they're my favourite type of video to film, and a lot of you like them, which makes me happy. As I'm gluing everything in now, it's really coming together. I think you can just about see what I'm trying to do here. The 2 sardines, the little rolly piece, and now we're adding elements to each of the fish. Kept it really simple. They just need an eye and some gills. That's it really. And I'm just having a look for a final sheet of paper now to see if we can add a bit of a background. I love the spots showing from the previous page, but because the fish is quite big, it would actually be on show, so I don't think the fish is really working. So I'm cutting up a piece of paper just to cover up that fish and form as a little bit of a background. I really hope you like this one. I do think it is my favourite so far, and I can understand the hype around drawing sardines. It was actually really fun.
I was thinking about way back when I thought I had it figured out, when I thought that I knew what to do and I didn't need you. I can't imagine if I stayed back, what would happen if I never found you. Those times were hard and all I did was resent you. Oh no, I don't want to go back. Oh, how naive I was. I'm running to where my hope is, where I know I'm free. Ooh, this world accused me for my 1,000 crimes. I'm left in shame alone, but you tell me the truth. I'm so happy with you. Now I want to do good, keep my covenant with you. No longer will Surely your love and your goodness will forever be. 'Cause no, I don't want to go back. Or how naive I was. I'm running to where my hope is.
Since I last saw you, I've created some super random pages. Started Peachtober, made this piece that I absolutely love, and then a load of really chaotic doodles because I was filming at this time. So let's get started. I'm making my way fully through Peachtober now, and I had an idea for lamp that I didn't know if it was going to work or not. The idea is to use coloured inks. I have red, blue and yellow, and I used them last time for Peachtober, but since I haven't used them for a year, they do kind of scare me a little bit. So before going in with that, I wanted to do a tester piece in the Daily Doodle Diary. I'm using alcohol markers and getting an idea down to see if it will actually work, if I'll be able to manage it for Peachtober. Spoiler alert, I did. But I think this really helped me feel a little bit more comfortable going into it. I did the 3 lampposts and the third one isn't looking good, so I settled on 2 and simplified it a little bit because of this test. Hiya, it's October. Should we do a doodle diary together? Honestly though, I'm really not sure what we should do. It's October, so that means Peachtober has begun. I've actually already completed it. I was able to complete it in September, but I'm still pretty behind on editing. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to be up to date on editing for a monthly challenge though, I will say. This is what the doodle diary's looking like. Like, look how little we've got left. I'm trying to get Hobonichi for next year, but they're all like £60 and that's crazy, especially when I have to get 2 because it's me and my partner. So I'm trying to find somewhere that will do it cheap, but that's the plan for next year. The doodle diary has been pretty random since I last saw you. I stuck random pieces on this one, turning it into a little bit of a collage. This is just ink left over on my brush. This I thought was quite cute. This was after I did Radish. This is random. This is random. This is using up a box that I kind of wanted to keep. So we are here. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling going in with acrylic gouache straight from the tube. Maybe creating something a little bit like Radish, like a background, a frame, and then something on top. I kind of want to use paint but not have to do any mixing. So I think that could work. Oh, I just remembered I actually need to make something for my partner. I had this idea of doing a silly little birthday card that says like, I lava you with the lava song. I think that'll make him laugh. But it's also really cute. If you've not seen that short, it's really sad. So we'll do both at the same time. These are the 4 big tubes that I'd like to use. Maybe like the Radish, but blueberries and obviously lava.
Slide into your mind so silky. Up under the town we fly. Clean it up just to make it filthy. under the sheets all night, under the sheets all night, under the sheets all night. It's 3 a.m. I got your call. I know you've been in need of inspiration, but know your time trying to control. Eventually gonna need some liberation. I cross your mind once in a while. Okay, you have a wild imagination. I wanna see you too. Just drop a pin and then you send your location. Slide into your mind so silky. Up under the down we fly. Clean it up just to make it feel, yeah. Under the sheets all night. Under the sheets all night. Under the sheets. Under the sheets all night. Slide back in your life like I never left. Climb back in your bed, ooh, that's a bed. Time passes by as we do our thing. See you next season like you are the spring. It's getting late, you need my touch. All you gotta do is ask me nicely.
Honestly, I'm just obsessed with these 4 colours together. I just think they work really well. They're still wet. This is the card that I'm gonna use, and this is how the other ones turned out. That's gonna take a while to dry, so I'm gonna leave these both to dry. But yeah, I think they're pretty cute. On a slight detour, I'm varnishing the giveaway painting that Donna has now received. Her stream is down below if you want to check it out, and I'm so happy that she liked it. I am ill. I went on holiday and now I'm ill. Let's do this. I've created most of October. There's a lot of random stuff and I went on holiday. So in the Daily Doodle Diary, I've documented like every single day a little piece of what we did. And I'm so happy with how these pages have turned out. Obviously, I put more effort in than some of the others. But then I got back and immediately we are ill. So created a lot of simple pieces and that's all we've got today. There was a Muji in the airport. I've never been to a Muji store before. There are none near me, and so I had to get something. I picked up a handful of these pens. These are gel pens, but I also got 2 water-based markers and the mechanical pencil lead. I have that clear Muji mechanical pencil and I've not had anything to really put in it, so now I can actually start using it again. These gel pens are super cute. I love the colors, but I do wish that they were a little bit thicker. They didn't have any of these fun colors in the thickness that I would have liked, unfortunately. But the biggest surprise is just how amazing these water-based markers are. They just have a bullet nib, but they feel so lovely to write with. I didn't even know that these existed. I've never seen anyone use them before. This is how everything has turned out. I'm loving some of these colors, but these 2 markers, absolute standout. They are the best. Okay, I'm still ill, but it's the final day. We have to do the final doodle diary together. Well, the final one of this episode, because the final one will be November and December. I ordered a Hobonichi planner for next year, and this is the packaging that came with it, so we have to use it. Problem is, you can see I'm trying to figure out how I can fit both of these pieces on the page, and I can't. The piece of paper is too big for this size doodle diary, unfortunately. So I'm cutting up this creepy little character and we're gonna save the other creepy little character for the future. Because I am ill, we're keeping this one super simple. To me, it's important that I'm actually doing it, but obviously I need to be kind to myself. I'm not feeling well. So I'm just reaching for a red alcohol marker, one that's similar to the background that's already on the piece of paper, and I'm adding the words Hobonichi. I wanted to remember that this is the the day that they arrived on, because for me it's a big moment. They are expensive planners and I've never had one before. I also ordered one for my partner. He has been taking part in the Daily Doodle Diary challenge alongside me the entire year and also hasn't missed a day. And I think that's how we've both managed to succeed, is because we're both doing it at the same time, spurring each other on. So we're both really lucky to have that. This is the page. Thank you so much for joining this episode. If you've missed any, make sure you check out the playlist below, and I'll see you next time for the final episode in this Daily Doodle Diary. Bye bye.